Alright guys, this video is going to be about the Hoabinhian culture of Vietnam, North China, pretty much most of Southeast Asia, being traced to the first people of Vietnam, the oldest DNA in Vietnam and Malaysia. And before I explain about it through the readings of the internet, right? We're gonna watch other people, and I believe one is a Hamite and another one's Japhethite, probably both Hamites, do their explanation of what they found of the Hoabinhian culture. Remember the key word Hoabinhian, Hoab, Moab, Binyan, or Binyamin culture in Vietnam. First people, Negroes. Let's go. And remember fair use because people want to take down your stuff. Or not just, well, not them, but there's somebody created, someone created the AI where the AI basically can detect copyright material and get your video taken down. So if you guys wonder why your videos or stuff like that might be taken down sometimes, it's not usually a human doing it. Sometimes it's a robot doing it. So just be aware of that. Let's go.
Fair use. Fair use.
We're gonna put my mic off so we listen to the video. I just learned that I could just turn my mic off. You can actually hear the video.
Exciting news coming out of Malaysian archaeology. A team from the National University of Malaysia, led by Zul Iskandar Ramli, has successfully excavated 16 individuals over 4 sites in Nenggiri, near Gua Musang, Kelantan. The most important find being a complete skeleton dating to around 14 to 16,000 years ago. Scientists have identified the sites to belong to this Hoabinhian culture. This Hoabinhian culture is a stone techno-industrial culture that spans most part of mainland Southeast Asia and some parts of northern Sumatra. Now, Hoabinhian culture doesn't necessarily represent an ethnic group. Rather, it denotes a lithic technological culture that shares certain similarities in their stone tools, their sustenance sources, and their preference for shelter. Interestingly, this paper from 2011 argues that Hoabinhian sites so happen to correspond to distribution of Paleolithic woody bamboo, suggesting perhaps a sustenance strategy linked to the widespread use of bamboo plants. But who were these Hoabinhian people, and do they have descendants today? To understand this, we first need to turn back time to the moment modern Homo sapiens left Africa. Now, this goes back to 60 to 70,000 years ago, so I will try to be brief. So let's start. Now, once human left Africa, one group went northwest, another group went east. The ones that went east, we call them the East Eurasian population or Eastern Eurasian population. By 45,000 years ago, these Eastern Eurasian people have reached northern India. Here, they diverge into 3 major groups. One went south into southern India. We call these people the Ancient Ancestral South Indian, the AASI. Another group fast-tracked to Papua and Australia. We call these people the Australasians. And the last group, they stayed in mainland Southeast Asia, forming the Ancient East Asian group, marked here as ESEA. This ESEA group would further divide into 2 distinct populations. Those moving north became the Ancient Northern and Ancient Southern East Asian, marked singularly here as East Asian. Another group moved south, and this is the population that we identify perhaps with the Hoabinhian culture. But it is important to note that these Hoabinhian people are not closely related to the majority of people living in Southeast Asia today. The majority of modern Austroasiatic speakers, like the Vietnamese and the Khmer, the Cambodians, majority of people living in Southeast Asia today. The majority of modern Austroasiatic speakers, like the Vietnamese and the Khmer, the Cambodians, the majority of people living in Southeast Asia today. The majority of
So the reason I replayed that is because he said the Hoabinhian, Moab-Binyamin, of what I believe that's what they're saying, is not related to the modern day Asiatic, Austroasiatic, or Hamitic, Chamitic people of Vietnam and Khmer today. And I'm not talking about the Khmer that got deported, and I believe during the Khmer regime. I ain't talking about the Vietnamese that are hiding in the mountain that look like the people in the Maria tribe of South India. I'm not talking about them. He's saying your modern Vietnamese and Khmer in Cambodia, the Chinese, or my bad, Japanese looking people, they are not the same as the people of the Hoabinhian culture.
modern Austroasiatic speakers, like the Vietnamese and the Khmer, the Cambodians, or the Thai Kadai speakers like Thai or Laotian, or the Austronesian speakers like the people of Malaysia, Indonesia, and Philippines. All of these people have their ancestry in the ancient East Asian group that went north before migrating back into Southeast Asia, somewhere.
So remember, he just confirmed, right? We're gonna go. I was trying to get to but we're gonna go ahead and show a little bit. So we got to make this clear. He just said the Hoabinhian culture, right, is not the oldest DNA in Vietnam and Southeast Asia is not related to. Let's type it. Modern Vietnam people. Not related to these people. Now they're trying to show a Montegard a little bit, but they're not related to these people. Now we're going to type modern Cambodia. You don't got to type come here. Not related to these people. Now we're going to type, what do they say? Thailand. Not these people. Now we're going to type Philippines. Not these people. We do a few more. Even put nipple in there. Not these people, okay? Trying to make it clear. Hoabinhian culture is not related to the people I just showed, who are there today. From I alleged a Canaanite, right? I'm pretty sure he is a Canaanite, but the Canaanite just said they are not related to the Hoabinhian culture, the oldest DNA in, he's saying Malaysia, but Vietnam, Malaysia, pretty much almost all of Southeast Asia. Okay, let's go.
Somewhere between 5,000 years ago to as late as 1,000 years ago for certain groups. According to this 2022 paper, the closest relative to Hoabinhian in Malaysia and southern Thailand today are the Negritos of Semenanjung, like the Semang and the Manik people. Another paper, also from 2022, took the Manik as a surrogate, represented here as light green, to compare against various populations. Relative to Hoabinhian in Malaysia and southern Thailand today are the Negritos of Semenanjung, like the Semang and the Manik people. Another paper also from 2022.
Sorry, I don't think y'all heard me. He just said that the Negritos were here before them. That's all I was saying. They were here before them. The Manik, Binyamini, Hoabinhian, Binyamin were there before them. The Canaanite, am I going to say this? The Canaanite said that his people came from North China back down to Southeast Asia. He just said, right? He just said, these people are not the Hoabinhian or Moab-Binyamin culture.
Took the Manik as a surrogate, represented here as light green, to compare against various populations in Southeast Asia, with only trace amount showing up in the Cham population, the Malay, the Khmer, and the Thai population. Comparing the Andamanese, like Onga and the Jarawa, returns a similar result, with only trace amount showing in Cambodians and Malays, but a slightly elevated level for Jahai, basically a Semang group of people, and the Mandrik and the Mameri. What this tells us is that the Orang Asli of Malaysia represents an earlier substrate of the peopling of Southeast Asia, perhaps corresponding with the Hoabinhian culture. But subsequent Middle Holocene migration of Austroasiatic speakers and Austronesian speakers from the mainland displaced but also intermixed slightly with this older group, contributing significantly to their genetic makeup today, but not so much the other way around.
Sorry. So that last part, what he basically just
From the
said
mainland,
was that there was a small trace of the Jarawa who, are located in the islands off of Myanmar or Burma, the Nicobar Islands. He was saying that there's a small trace of them within this culture, Hoabinhian culture. That's why I said Hoab is Moab, because the Andamanese we learned from Lex Will is Moab. And I think they theorized that they probably intermingled with some of the hill tribes of Vietnam and Malaysia that are not Negro, and that's why they can find a small trace. And then also, because some of the Montagnard tribes, hill tribes of Vietnam, they're not Negrito. They look somewhat like tribes in South India, like the Maria, but lighter and more Asiatic. So, but and then they said the Orang Asli, and I learned about them a while ago. I think I already made a video about the Orang Asli. I didn't make a video about them. I was gonna make a video saying that this is the tribe of Ephraim, sort of. Oh no. That's this picture. Nope. I can't control what they put on here, but yeah, tribe. So I believe that they're the tribe of Ephraim. Ephraimites. They still could be, Benjamites, but but yeah. So let's get to the next one.
Displaced, but also
We don't even get
The Hoabinhian peoples
fair use. Fair use.
were early Holocene hunter-gatherers of mainland Southeast Asia, known for their distinctive stone tool tradition. They represent one of the earliest southern East Eurasian lineages, contributing ancestry to groups such as early Southeast Asians and the Jaman of Japan. In this video, we will explore the genetics of a Hoabinhian sample from Mesolithic Laos. According to G25, The closest modern ethnicities to this sample are the Onge and Jarawa of the Andaman Islands. I built this phylogenetic tree on the basis of G25 coordinates. As you can see, here the Hoabinhians cluster tightly with Andamanese Islanders and more broadly with Tianyuan, which is an early East Eurasian lineage. They are further removed from the Eurasians of the initial Upper Paleolithic and even further from West Eurasians. This phylogenetic tree perfectly shows the limits of G25. I tried to pass this sample in QPADM as just Onge, and the model failed, giving me a very low value. However, the sample passed as a mixture of Onge and ancient North Eurasians. I modeled this sample with archaic sources, in an attempt to find out how much Eastern, Western, and IUP Eurasian admixture the Hoabinhians have. According to this model, 47% of their ancestry is East Eurasian, 24% is West Eurasian, and 29% is archaic IUP Eurasian. I made an alternative model with slightly different rights, which resulted in the following breakdown: 39 West Eurasian, 56 East Eurasian, and 4.3% IUP Eurasian. This model is likely more historically accurate despite yielding a lower p-value. Let's move on to the sample's trait predictor results. He was predicted to have dark brown eyes, black hair, dark brown skin tone, wavy hair texture, neutral nose shape, and thicker eyebrows. He was predicted to be a worrier, a phenotype associated with higher dopamine levels, to have higher D2 receptor availability, intermediate odds of autism, lower levels of empathy, intermediate odds of epithelial cancers, lower odds of autoimmune disease based on HLA genotypes, intermediate homocysteine levels, lower odds of obesity, and likely blood type O. He carried rare risk variants for familial hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, increased pain sensitivity, familial Mediterranean fever, and familial hypercholesterolemia. With beta-calc, he scored particularly high for odds of asthma, bipolar disorder type 1, coronary artery disease, depression, esophageal cancer, heart attack, hypertension, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, skin cancer, and type 2 diabetes. He scored low for odds of alcoholism, anxiety disorder, breast cancer, colorectal cancer, mental disorders, ovarian cancer, and type 1 diabetes. You can purchase his genome in 23andMe format from the link in description.
This sounds, let me go and press this button. That dude, I think he just gave me and everybody watching a secret about some of this stuff. But yeah, like from what I saw, it sounded like a Moabite. That's what it sounded like, a mixed Moabite or a Hamite, obviously. But you know, because this gene, we learned from Lex Will that incest causes ugly people. Yeah, sorry, ugly people or bad phenotypes and messed up DNA because you're, having intercourse with your cousin, right? So, or brother, sister, whatever, right? So, that's what happens. So,
To have high West
they said they
Eurasian.
had some type of disease, familial hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. That's an autosomal dominant. That's incest. Right, so sounds like Moab from this video. And then when you type in the Tianyuan, that's they said is the oldest East Asian haplogroup. Oh, they show a Negro right there. They believe it's a Negro. Some believe it's a Dino Vision, right? But yeah. In the last video we're gonna hear about is the Hoabinhian caves.
Caves, a remarkable geological formation located in the heart of Vietnam, stand as a testament to the rich prehistoric heritage of the Vietnamese people. These caves are not merely natural wonders. They are believed to be the cradle of ancient Vietnamese civilization, offering invaluable insights into the lives of our ancestors. Archaeological evidence suggests that human habitation in the Peace Caves dates back thousands of years, making them one of the most significant archaeological sites in Southeast Asia. Within these caves, researchers have discovered ancient tools, pottery, and remnants of early human activities, shedding light on the daily lives, survival strategies, and cultural practices of early Vietnamese communities. The unique geological formations of the caves, characterized by stunning stalactites and stalagmites, create an atmospheric environment that captivates visitors and evokes a sense of wonder about the ancient past. Moreover, the Peace Caves serve as an important site for understanding the migration patterns of early humans in the region, revealing how they adapted to their environments and developed social structures. The artifacts unearthed from these caves reflect a sophisticated level of craftsmanship and creativity, indicating that the inhabitants possessed advanced skills in tools production and artistic expression. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of the Peace Caves, we uncover not only the story of the Vietnamese people, but also the broader narrative of human evolution and adaptability in the face of changing environments. Scholars and researchers continue to study these caves, employing modern technology to analyze the geological and archaeological features, which has led to new discoveries and a greater understanding of our ancient past. The significance of the Peace Caves extends beyond their historical value. They also symbolize the enduring cultural identity of the Vietnamese people, connecting us to our ancestors and their legacy. In conclusion, the Peace Caves are not just a site of archaeological interest. They are a vital link to our heritage, reminding us of the resilience and ingenuity of the early Vietnamese civilization.
Wow, that sounded so beautiful. The ancient Vietnamese were in the Hoabin caves. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Their culture, the first, the Philippines, they were very artistic. They were good, skilled craftsmen, and is their ancestors of the Vietnamese? Yeah. Listen, Canaanite, because I know there's a Canaanite, right? Another Canaanite just said, right? Do we need to pull it up again?
In Malaysia and southern Thailand today are the Negritos of Semenanjung, Malaysia. According to this 2022 paper, the closest relative to Hoabinhian in Malaysia and southern Thailand today are the Negritos of Semenanjung, like the Semang and the Manik people. Another paper also from 2022 to lay the Khmer and the Thai Hoabinhian culture. Moving north became
The other Canaanite or Hamite just said, you modern people are not descendant of the Hoabinhian culture. And you want to say, the Vietnamese culture, mysteries of the Hoabin cave, Moab-Binyamin cave. Because we learned from Lex Will, the tribe of Benjamin, following the near extension of the tribe of Benjamin in the Civil War. Judges verse 20, 600 surviving warriors hid in the caves of the Rock of Rimmon, or Rock of Pomegranate, for 4 months. These caves were located near Gibeah, served as a temporary refuge before the tribe was restored. And remember, there's a place called Anamite Range in the mountains, right? So this could refer to what the Rock of Rimmon is, but we don't know. But mother sucker, your own people just said you guys are not related, so you're gonna get a dislike. Now I need this video, so I need to save it. But yeah, that ain't y'all. He just said it's the Negritos and the Jarawa, really the Negrito and the Rangasli. So remember, Hoab, I believe that's Moab, and Ben, that's tribe Benjamin cave. And dumbass Tazariot want to say the white man come from the caves. The white man come from the caves. Did you read Judges 20? Huh? Did you read Judges 20? Captain Tazariot. Benjamin Franklin Swarthy. He said all of Europe was swarthy. All of Europe was swarthy. Even the Caucasian areas. So how could the white person be the Caucasian? Okay, right. So, um, you know. But yeah, let's get to the explanation. The Hoabinhian or the Moab-Binyamin is a late Paleolithic to Mesolithic or techno-complex of hunter-gatherers in Southeast Asia dating from roughly 30,000 to 40,000 years ago with its core region in Vietnam. It is characterized by stone stools made from river cobbles, particularly the Suma trilith, alongside bone tools utilized in rock shelters and caves. Right? Fuck their time period. Don't give two fucks about it. So we're gonna skip the sentence, right? And if you want to read it, there you go. Geography primarily found in North Vietnam, extending to Laos, Thailand, Myanmar, and Sumatra, mainly within limestone cave systems. Lifestyle: the Hoabinhians were hunter-gatherers who relied on broad-spectrum foraging, including hunting, forage game, fishing, collecting shellfish, often residing in cave shelters. Sounds like the tribe of Benjamin. I mean, you see the fucking name Benjamin, 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 right? Hoabinhian. And you see Moab because, you know, the most common tool is the unfacial chopping tool or Sumar trilith, though there is high variability include edge, ground axis, short axis, and disc, right? We're looking for video. Recent genetic studies suggest that the Hoabinhian or Hoabinhian represent a foundational population in Southeast Asia whose legacy was absorbed into the DNA of later Austroasiatic species and Neolithic individuals. Alright. Now, we just learned from the Canaanite, the honest one, that they're not the whole being. So we're going to have to put in the different research now. DNA. Here we go. Genetically, legacy. Hoabinhian genome show close links with Andamanese, Onge, and a direct connection to modern Malaysian Negritos, which are the Orangasli. I'm not sure if they are Manique. One reason for that is because, you know, they show some Papuans of, you know, Papuan looking people, and, you know, but they could be Manique. But from my research, I think, you know, just showing some more people, but I think they're the tribe of what is it? Ephraim, because there's a I think was it there's a mountain in Malaysia called Mount Tahan, right? It's called Mount Tahan, a mountain in Malaysia, right? And if you didn't know, there's a son of Ephraim named Tahan. So that's just my guess that the Orangasli is Tahanites, right? Tribes, names. Yeah, Batik. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jahai. Oh. When you see this Mandrik, you could, but there was a name I saw. I think it's Jahai that I thought that could be related to the tribe of Ephraim. But I could be wrong. Oh yeah. Yeah, there it is. So there's a tribe called the Batik in the Negrito Arangasli groups, right? But there's also another Batik group in Indonesia, and they carry the surname Nabath. And we know Nabath is a surname of the tribe of Ephraim. So that's why I think this could be the tribe of Ephraim, but I don't think there's a scripture to prove that, so it might be wrong. But they have Ephraimite names, and they got a mountain called Mount Tahan in Malaysia that could be Mount Ephraim of the Bible, right? Right. So, but yeah, and through later mixture Australian speeches. Right. Now we learned from the video that these people the Manik, the Aeta, I think there's a trace there's a subgroup of Aeta that have an Ephraimite name too, but they're saying that these people are the descendants of the Hoabinhian. They've already said that. And they also said, right? They also said that the Jarawa people, the Moabites, children of Lot, they said that they are what? They are a descendant. They have some traces too. However, when you look at what they showed of what they said a Hoabinhian would look like, it don't look like them. However, you do have a thing called dark Vietnamese people. Right? Dark Vietnamese. So, we're going to pull up the Maria tribe of India. And we're going to pull up the Monta Nagards people. Right. There we go. Yeah. This man looks very dark. They do too. And we already know these are children of Lot as well. So my guess is, right, there's these Montenegard people. They could be a mix of the Jarawa, right? And somehow they ended up having admixture of of them, and now they're like a dark brown. And then right, the Hoabin culture, right? So then also what you call it? Still trying to learn about this one too. I was gonna study this one too, but I don't know about that one. But also we type this Hoa Bin Cave people. Right. They're not showing it now. But you know. Let's go back to Hoabin people. I'm trying to show you guys the okay, maybe I gotta type it like this. Hoabinhian DNA. Right. Someone went on a Reddit and they found out that not this one. Right. We'll open this one too. I don't know what happened to it, bro. I don't know what happened to it. Right. I'm trying to find it. I think I lost it, bro. I lost it. Alright, we're gonna type it. Let's see, Encore. Wow, I don't even want to find it. Alright, hold up a second, guys. Okay, let me see if I can find it on my phone. All right. Type it this way. Here it is. Yeah, some guy from Cambodia. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, all right. So Hoabinhian DNA, Cambodia. Okay, we're gonna make this a part 2. But yeah. Basically, guys, you know, the Negritos They are the Vietnamese, ancient Vietnamese, the Rangasli, right? And then what you call it, which will be in part two, basically, at one point, because they were in Cambodia too. They said the Angkor warriors were very tall and dark. So, I would say that the reason Hoabinhian is Moab. Hoabinhian is Moab, and Binhian is Binyamin, or it could just be the tribe of Benjamin. That's it.